This page was created to teach Black history. Unfortunately, the American educational system was designed to exclude our real historical account, so we are here to dismantle it. It's time to enlighten those of us who have been kept in the dark. I am a Black man who didn't know enough about my own history, so I began to dig deeper and do my own research. Black history is American history, so I want people of all races and cultures to join together to learn our history as one. Here, I will share all of my findings. Please like, follow, share, and subscribe to Teaching Black History. The story of Anna Julia Haywood Cooper. Anna was born enslaved in Raleigh, North Carolina in 1858. She and her mother, Hannah Stanley Haywood, were held in bondage by George Washington Haywood, one of the sons of North Carolina's longest-serving state treasurer, John Haywood, who helped found the University of North Carolina, but whose estate later was forced to repay missing funds. Cooper worked as a domestic servant in the Haywood home and had two older brothers. In 1868, when Cooper was 9 years old, she received a scholarship and began her education at the newly opened St. Augustine's Normal School and Collegiate Institute in Raleigh, founded by the local Episcopal diocese for the purpose of training teachers to educate the formerly enslaved and their families. The Reverend J. Brenton offered Cooper a scholarship to help pay for her expenses. During her 14 years at St. Augustine's, she distinguished herself as a bright and ambitious student who showed equal promise in both liberal arts and analytical disciplines such as mathematics and science. Her subjects included languages, Latin, French, Greek, English, literature, math, and science. Although the school had a special track reserved for women, dubbed the Ladies' Course, and the administration actively discouraged women from pursuing higher-level courses, Cooper fought for her right to take a course reserved for men by demonstrating her scholastic ability. During this period, St. Augustine's emphasis was on training young men for the ministry and preparing them for additional training at a 4-year university. One of these men, George A.C. Cooper, would later become her husband. He died after only 2 years of marriage. Cooper's academic excellence enabled her to work as a tutor for younger children, which also helped her pay for her educational expenses. After completing her studies, she remained at the institution as an instructor. Her husband's early death may have contributed to her ability to continue teaching. If she had stayed married, she might have been encouraged or required to withdraw from the university to become a housewife. After her husband's death, Cooper entered Oberlin College in Ohio, where she continued to follow the course of study designated for men, graduating in 1884. After teaching briefly at Wilberforce College, Cooper returned to St. Augustine's in 1885. She then went back to Oberlin and earned an M.A. in mathematics in 1888, making her one of the first two Black women, along with Mary Church Terrell, who received her M.A. in the same year, to earn a master's degree. She later moved to Washington, D.C. in 1892. Anna Cooper and 6 other women formed the Colored Women's League. The goals of the service-oriented club were to promote unity, social progress, and the best interests of the African American community. During her years as a teacher and principal at M Street High School, Cooper also completed her first book, titled A Voice from the South, by a Black woman of the South, published in 1892, and delivered many speeches calling for civil rights and women's rights. Perhaps her most well-known volume of writing, A Voice from the South, is widely viewed as one of the first of Black feminism. The book advanced a vision of self-determination through education and social uplift for African American women. Cooper was an author, educator, and public speaker. In 1914, at the age of 56, Cooper began courses for her doctoral degree at Columbia University, but was forced to interrupt her studies in 1915 when she adopted her late half-brother's 5 children upon their mother's death. At the age of 65, she became the 4th Black woman in American history to earn a doctorate of psychology degree. Cooper's retirement from Washington Colored High School in 1930 was by no means the end of her political activism. The same year she retired, she accepted the position of president at Friesenheisen University, a school funded to provide classes for D.C. residents lacking access to higher education. Cooper worked for Friesenheisen for 20 years, first as president and then as registrar, and left the school only a decade before she passed away in 1964 at the age of 105 years old.